Hello everyone, it's Mary Jane again, and I wanted to give to you a quick scrap and sewing room tour that I've been promising, and I'm finally going to deliver because I realized today after cleaning that this will probably be the cleanest it'll ever be, because do you see all those projects over there? Those are lined up for the next foreseeable future, like the next few hours of my life. And before that started getting going, I wanted to see if I could get this video in so that you can see what life is like before the scrapping. So anyway, I just did a pan, and I'm going to start now with this wall here where I just came in from the door. This is the door that I just came in from, and here is a little sign above the door. And in here I have a lot of cards that I've made already. So just to give you an idea, here's cards that I've made, and then sometimes I'll get cards that are on clearance from Michael's and that I embellish a little bit more, so I put them in there. I try to put them in by category. Now, if you've seen my other scrap room tours, you'll recognize some of these pieces. Like, these were in my basement previously, so now I've got them stacked here. I've got the antique sewing machine here from my mom. Alright, and then we've got here my Madeira thread and several embroidery designs on disc. You know what, too? I'm going to close the door right now. Oh, I have a little door stop right here. That's an antique iron. I hear my kids playing music and it's going to get loud, so I'm going to close that door. Alright, so I'm just going to do a really quick pan of what's in here just to give you an idea. If you've got pieces like this that you are wondering what you can fit in there, here's just some ideas. So I've got several sewing notions in there, elastics and things, several buttons, and another drawer of buttons. And I know it's going to be hard to leave another, oh no, okay, just 2 drawers of buttons. I must have pared down enough. These are all my rulers for cutting and for drafting patterns. Here I've just got like business things. That's a boring drawer. 2 turners and quilt rings to hold your quilts in place. And then I've got the interfacing and stabilizers for embroidery, and then some more of that, and hoops, and then embroidery designs on the bottom. So this piece, I think if you've seen any of the sewing and quilting stores, it's actually 2 pieces on top of each other. It is on wheels, so it's kind of nice to pull out of here because you'll see that there's attic access up above here, and that is sometimes something we need to get to, and so we can just pull that out. Okay, and then this I painted with my girl Amanda, and this my kids from school, my lovely children, got this for me last day of school last year. We went to this place called Odyssey Fun World, and they pulled all their winning tickets and bought me that plaque. They're the best kids in the world. I'm going to get a new group in next week, but I'm still mourning the loss of my kids from last year. But anyway, here we've got all fabric. Now, this is a project ready to be made. It's a flip-flop project, and pillows and whatnot, and so all the fabrics from that project are together in here. So whenever I have them in bins like this, that's what I do. This, however, I had one from Sewing with Nancy, all this quilt fabric, and I haven't delegated them to projects yet, but certainly was a great thing to hold on to. These are just like those wire racks that you get from Closet Made, I believe. So sewing patterns are in here, and then if I have fabric, I've got several things either already put together that I want to make into a project, or just fabric lined up with a pattern. And this is just random fabric. It's the sticky drawer, so I'm going to skip that one if you don't mind, and then more projects that are put together ready to go. Alright, next to that I have scrapbook paper. A lot of those are like close to my heart kits that I'll put with other coordinating papers and embellishments. And then of course a lot of you have this cart that I've just taken the top and put upside down so that I can use it for my Big Shot machine. And I do like having things that move around on wheels, especially in the limited space I now have, where both my sewing and my scrapbooking things are in one place. It's nice to be able to move things around. This is my washi tape storage, and my bind it alls up there, and the combs for them are on this storage piece down here. This storage piece I had gotten from Goodwill for $10. If you keep your eyes peeled, Goodwill I think is one of the best places you can find things like this. And I've just put, not by particular brand, but just by color family, 8.5 by 11 paper here, and then all of my punch boards are here. And this is on top of one of those Alex things from IKEA, and so I know you've seen these before as well. So I've got all of those Stamp-A-Majig thingies, I think that's what it's called, and then the flowers. And then I put a lot of my rubber stamps in here. I used to have them in glass jars, but I got rid of the glass jars, and I kind of like having them laid out here so that I could see them at a glance. And then a lot of cards that I've made, and then photos that are on CD, and also photos that are printed that I have not had a chance to scrapbook yet. In here I have classes that I haven't taken yet, and paper pumpkin kits that I have yet to put together that I've purchased. This is from My Pink Stamper. I used to be Stampin' Up, but I just don't have time for it right now. This year was kind of tumultuous with the divorce and the move, so I kind of had to stop for a while. This is all that Chalky & Company painting and embellishments and things that I use for projects of that nature. And then here's more of the chalky paints that I like to store upside down, because then if you didn't quite put that lid on completely, it will form a seal on the bottom and prevent the rest of your paint from drying out. So I like to store my paints upside down. Plus then I can see the colors. Okay, let me go up slowly so I don't make you sick. That I made at Pino's Palette. Here's my new embellishment center. These little guys you'll recognize if you saw my sewing room before. And then I've got like all my Tattered Angel sprays and ribbons and glitter, and my cute little Hello Kitty, she lives there. She helps me create ribbons and things. Okay, and then Stampin' Up stamp pads here. Not Copics. What the heck are those called? Oh, the Spectrum Noir and then the Spectrum Aquas up on top. And then I started getting some of those Close to My Heart stamp pads too. I like some of those colors. I especially liked their Regal color family, so I did grab that set. I kind of like some of their others too, but it seems like once you've started with a brand, you've already got something like it, so you know, I hate to duplicate too much. Alright, so this is my main work surface. I use it for sewing and for crafting. And then I've got like these chairs that I grabbed these from Kirkland's, and they're on either side. And this is just one of those tables that I got from Joann some time ago, and I keep it open all the time. And this is my center work island. Under here are all my Stampin' Up stamps. I'll just let you glance at them quickly. The ones that are retired I have with a little red dot. When I did do Stamping Up, I sometimes liked to participate in the swaps, and you only had, you were allowed to use only new product and not retired product. So I had to keep that labeled. Now I can just use whatever I want, which is good as well, you know. Alright, so that's that. If you wanted to look at anything more in depth, I certainly can do that. I just don't want to bore you if you're just trying to get a sense of things. And there's my new purple Cricut. I love it. I bought this really cute purple Cricut to match my purple room, and then a week later the Cricut Maker came out. So, you know, that's the nature of things, but I love having this one. This one cuts really smoothly. All of these things here are embellishments. I'll just go through them quickly for you if you're curious. So we've got like the clothespins and brads and doodads. These are all beads. Some rickrack. We've got the stickles and smooch glitters and embossing powders, distressing tools, and other embellishments. These two bottom drawers here are where I keep my Cricut cartridges. I've just started doing mostly the Cricut membership though for $9.99 a month, and you can get most of their images that way. This is other sparkles and the flower soft fluff. More clothespins. These I like to make words for people and glue them together. Or like if you've got a teacher friend, you put their last name and they can have a desk plate for their desk. And there's the baker's twine and jute. And then other distressing tools and piercing tools and that sort of thing. Alright, so that's that. Other embellishments right there. And then this, of course, I like to keep at the ready. This here for the center is an IKEA pot. I'm sure you've seen those. They fit really nicely in here for some of my markers and things. So if that helps you, that might give you an idea. Okay, here I've got Jetmax cubes with a lot of my Cricut cartridges that coordinate with Close to My Heart stamp sets. I still have to hang this. I haven't hung that yet. And here's some more Close to My Heart stamp sets. And then in here I have retired and coordinated papers and embellishments and colors by color family. So you know how Stampin' Up! Will have their in colors? So I put the last 2 years of retired colors here. And then this is all Halloween papers and embellishments and doodads. And then Christmas, I think I've got a couple drawers of Christmas. And yes, I feel like I just need to get this all, 3 drawers. I have to get this all worked on before I buy anymore. This last drawer is a beast. I don't know what I did to it. It's jammed, so I'm afraid I can't open that one for you. So maybe I should work on that. Okay, and then we've got, this guy came from Hobby Lobby, and I put all my fat quarters in it. Usually I just use these fabrics for quilting or crafting. Alright, then I got one of these guys here that I think is that Expedit or whatever from IKEA. And you can kind of see what I've got in here. This guy here is just like embellishments and stickers and things. Just kind of pull that out a little bit so you can take a peek inside without me dropping it. Yeah, I did drop that sucker hard. But anyway, that's what's inside. And then I've got all of my memorabilia. Listen up. Okay, this is my daughter's reaction to me dropping things.
I'm using Cheez-Its, and it sounds like World War I up here.
I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Well, your music doesn't sound much better.
That's Janet's. I'm downstairs.
All right, then. And then here we've got like those memorabilia and things from the kids. And then down here, the Your Story. And then my serger I keep down here because I don't use that all the time. Albums, some of these I've completed, some I'm still completing. And here I keep like my smaller paper pads. This is all planner things. Here I store a lot of my magazines for inspiration, and then any of my clear stamp sets. Also, a Project Life album that I started. Okay, so let me back up a little. Alright, now I've got my cute little backyard that I can see out the back here. Alright, and then my sewing and embroidery machine. These are all of the things that I have lined up for working on this afternoon. Underneath here, this little sewing cabinet I got for $20 at a garage sale, and then I just bought new little knobs. Look at with buttons on them from Hobby Lobby. Isn't that the cutest thing? So inside are threads and things, you know, that you typically see for sewing, including all the manuals and whatnot. These are fun. I got these tins I don't know where. They hold my bobbins. And then under here is my serger thread. And then here I have an embellisher. It's a baby lock embellisher, and that's the one that takes all these fibers and that I have stored here and puts them on articles of clothing and whatnot. Okay, so that's that. Get that closed up. All right, and then here I just keep all of my items that you would need for like the embroidery attachment, the rulers for drafting and cutting patterns, and then pattern materials, that type of thing. Alright, this bookcase holds projects that are about to be done. These are things I'd like to embroider. This bookcase, by the way, I have to tell you, was made by my cousin John. who was my grandpa's age. He passed away some time ago, but I love that I know he made this for me. This means a lot. So these little books here are my quilting books or sewing books, and then in here I have projects lined up that I'd like to make next. Here's a sewing project that I started and didn't have time to complete, so it's nice to have a place to stash it there. And my sewing books, and then here's some scrapbooking books, and then Sewing with Nancy books, and then there's coordinating DVDs inside here. I don't know if you can see that, peek inside. Here are my Project Life cards. I had this in my previous scrapbook room. Okay, and then all of my embroidery designs, and some more over there as well. Okay, so that takes care of that wall. And then another painting I did at Pino's Palette. Lots of fun. And actually, that middle dress looked straight when I was painting it. But keep in mind, you do just sip on wine while you're painting. When you come home and you sober up, sometimes it doesn't look as straight. Just a little tip for you. Okay, and now we're back to my main workstation here. And underneath, this is where I keep all my chargers from my computers and whatnot. And I just pile my laptops here. I just have one laptop. It's not like I have a million laptops. I got a laptop and a Chromebook. And I just put them there when they're charging. And then this is the drawer section of where I do all my stamping, and so my blocks are in here and those little stamp pads, and then all of more stamping things and adhesives mostly, and some of that Smashbook stuff, and then elastics, and oh, I've got a Scentsy pot that I like to burn up here, so I've got the cubes and the bulbs, and you know. Oh, and then that really good paper trimmer for my Kathy order projects, which I have lined up, ready to go. Just haven't started them yet. Here's one of them, Spooky Harvest. So this one had come with a frame punch board too, which I need to learn how to use. So everything that's ready to go is in each of these drawers. Oh, this one was just extra things by her, the mini scrapbooks. I really like her, Kathy Orta. I think she's Kathy Broderick now. I don't know. I think she changed her last name. So these are all the Kathy Orta projects that I love and haven't made yet. And then here I've got one of those laminator sticker machine thingies that can go, you know, from 5 to 9 inches, pretty large. And that's about it. So let me back up so that you can see where I came from. That was where I started the tour for you fine people. I'll do one last pan from this angle. And I want to thank you for joining me and living through my little dropping of the box of stickers. Thanks for watching. Bye now.